newness of the ACC is worn off, and I'm concerned that Louisville fans rather be a winner in a small pond than have struggle seasons on a big stage because you don't support the team the same. Do you win a couple games? Do you want to sit home or you want to boo? And I mean that's easy. Everybody's negativity is catching. Everybody loves that. But I was listening to this show, and it'll come back to why fans need to get over it and get out there and support the team. They were talking about recruiting. He said, "Oh yeah, we never get Kentucky texts. We got two texts about recruiting. Yeah, and it don't help that Louisville's in the dumps." I said, in the dumps? This is the first year. I mean, we've been on game day, saying three times, in 2 years, Heisman Trophy winners and stuff like that, and they act like that Kentucky's been up for 20 years and we've been in the dumps for 30. And then they get this recruiting reporter from Kentucky. Oh man, you should have heard him. Oh, he was up there. He was talking. Yeah,
Kevin you just needed to get this off your chest today, didn't you?
It's fine.
I've been thinking about it since last night. But that's what the fans need to realize: the environment, that we're in. You gotta rally around this team. We still Louisville, and everybody else still is against us. But the thing about the Kentucky guys, like, yeah, and what's unique is we've got 4 or 5 stars in the state this year, and we usually don't have that many in the recruiting cycle. And then it was Todd Lucanville's show. He's like, yeah, well, it don't help that Petrino's crapping his leg in the fourth quarter. Oh yeah, Louisville, with them not doing nothing, that really helps us and this and that. And then he was just talking. Yeah, we're getting all these recruits in. Now we know how Ohio State feels. So they get one season where they hadn't lost a game yet, and all of a sudden they know how Ohio State feels. So if that don't make fans be like, you know what, whatever my little problem is with Petrino, let's get over it. You got recruits coming in. You got to make Cardinal Stadium what it's supposed to be, regardless if you're not able to give high fives to the people behind you enough during the game. I mean, you gotta tough it out. That's my message to the people. Get over it. Get back on the team. And that's my point.
Listen, Kevin, I appreciate the call. While I do understand the humor in it, I do agree. There's nothing more difficult than toughing out a bad season.
Oh yeah.
And there's been a narrative, Steve. I want to give you the chance to tip your cap to the point that was made earlier.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
because the texter also put it in.
First off, Kevin did make me laugh.
You're right.
He was one season.
He had to get that out. Yeah, Kevin had to get that whole thing out.
But I'm listening to Drew Diener's show this morning, and Mark Blankenbaker, I thought
nailed it.
I thought he had a great point, and not just because it kind of backs up a Bobby side, but because even I said, oh, that's a good point. Right. Man, maybe I need, chill out, Steve. Because, I mean, look, even though I'm on the train that says, look, I'm pumping the brakes on firing Bobby, like I don't think that's not the route I'm headed. I'm aggravated with the season.
And people should know at the end of every conversation Steve and I have about anything football, you know what we say? You got to run that ball.
Oh, sure.
At the end of every conversation where we say people who think it's a Lamar-centric everything, you still got to run that ball. Like so that's a fact. So
that was a bad call.
Right. So don't mistake any of that for defending or anything like that. But it's just like that's just a bad call.
But Mark Blankenbaker says this morning on the Drew Diener show, he brings up Michigan State and Mark D'Antonio. Michigan State, you remember a few years ago, they go to the playoff, they play Alabama. They got ran, but they played Alabama. Connor Cook, L.J. Scott was a freshman. They had a good team. They lost a lot off that team.
They got ran.
But they got ran. Yeah, they did. Or Alabama laid it to them. But
no, this is an important part of the story, though.
Yeah.
You got ran.
Yes, in the playoff.
By playoff caliber team.
Yeah. The next season, they lost a few things. Michigan State. They went 3-9, coming off a playoff.
And look, and then they fired the coach.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
They kept him, and the next year they won 10 games. This year they're top 20. I mean, I've said on this show, and I mean, like I said, you can.
After they got run by Alabama
in the playoff, they won 3 games the next season. 3. The year after that, they won 10, and this year they're well on pace to win. They may win. I mean, they can win the Big Ten this year.
And don't let it go unnoticed.
I don't think they will, but
that there were bad stories coming out of Michigan State.
Oh, sure.
The behavior of their football players.
Oh, now that's an element I don't even think Mark touched on.
Add that to the fact this guy's going 3-9.
Yeah.
And having football, quote unquote, scandal.
Yes. But worse, I mean, yeah, real bad stuff. Not, not hookers in the dorms stuff. We were talking rape charges there.
Right.
So
that the questions were asked if the coach was being proactive.
Sure. And now that's why I say, and I've said on this show multiple times, and I stand by it, I think this team's going to be really good next year. I really do. I think it's going to be a really good football team next year.
Not to mention, nobody's gotten in trouble in a long time here at Louisville.
No, I mean, other than little things. I mean, there's been little things. I mean, racing. Somebody was racing through Shepherdsville, of all places.
He had an accuracy. What do you?
Yeah, I know.
How can you not race through Shepherdsville now?
Right. I mean, he had. I seen a Maserati in Shepherdsville the other day. I'm like, what in the world? I got a Range Rover in Shepherdsville. I'm like, hey, there's only room for one high-class car in Shepherdsville.
You stand out and shut down.
Get on out of it. Take the next exit. Yeah, I mean, little things like, I mean, there's been a few, just little things. I think somebody got caught with, actually, I think Jawan Pass, weed charge
2 years ago.
I know, yeah. So it's like, okay, and you say, oh, Steve, don't just say a weed charge. A cop literally told me, it was like, you get it more for a speeding ticket than you do a weed charge.
So you can officially call it a little thing.
Yeah, so I think I can call it a little thing. But all that being said, I mean, I really think this team's going to be a good team next year. Not just me. I mean, I've talked to people that parents in the program, different ones that feel very confident. Now, when I see improvement like I did Saturday, and I think we'll see Friday, tomorrow night, the same thing. That's why I'm very, very, and look, and Mark Blankenbaker, I'm kind of just stealing Mark Blankenbaker's takes here, but Mark said another thing. Sometimes improvement doesn't always equate to wins. Look at Michigan State. You don't think they improved in that 3-9 season at all? They had to have. There's no way that it was just a crap team that got that much better
in 1 year
over the summer. They improved that year. And I think Saturday's one of those things. Louisville improved on Saturday. They did against Florida State. This football team improved. Juwan Pass improved. Tutu Atwell improved. Hassan Hall improved.
Or proved to themselves.
Yes.
Or proved to themselves that they can hold on to a football for 10 carries.
Sure.
That they can catch a football and
Kamari
take
Averett proved to himself he can make a big-time catch on second, third down. Like, I mean, these guys improved on Saturday, and it didn't come out as a win.
Think about it. That game started with Bronx cheers for catching the football.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
By the end of the game, if you dropped the football, it was, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You expected to drop it first.
Sure.
You didn't expect it by the end of the game.
You know what else I noticed that going back and watching the film that made me I have been very critical on Jalen Smith this year.
Mm-hmm.
I watched his body language. Juwan Pass overthrew him for 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And go back and watch that film. Not once
did
he throw a fit. Not one time.
But see, people,
that's improvement for Jalen Smith. That's a big time thing.
You don't know, but I will say this: on the last play, he did show up.
Well, yeah, I would too. I mean, heck, I showed up. I was on the sideline. Me and Mark Blankenbaker standing there. I could have punched Juwan Pass right in the face.
Jalen Smith, I give nobody passes for showing up teammates ever in life.
Yeah.
Jalen Smith was mad.
Well, and that ball, I think, was supposed to go to him.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's what Bobby said.
Yeah.
It's a hitch. He was wide open out there.
Yeah.
His man was 5 yards off. It was there.
Yeah. So, okay. I'll give him a pass
I'll
for that.
give you the pass on the left.
But you're a wide receiver and you make a great move. 3 times you get overthrown. I mean, Saturday should have been Jalen's coming out party. Saturday we should have been going, man, Jalen Smith.
Because he looked ready.
He had 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he did. He had 3
ready.
touchdowns, 100-some yards. Like, man, he's looking like the ACC, and he didn't get that. And not once. I mean, he may have
come out party.
He may have been aggravated, but like not once did he show up Juwan. No, Dez had an amazing catch in the end zone.
That's my point.
Yeah, but I mean, I've said, my feelings on that. I think he's best receiver on the team. But next year, Dez is going to move over to the spot where I think he should be, and Dez is going to be your one guy. That's why I say there's going to be changes next year. This team is going to be a very, very good football team next year.
Are you worried that you're going to see improvement against Georgia Tech, but because Georgia Tech does not have a name to us, I can't believe, my God, I can't believe I'm even saying Georgia Tech is not a name team to us. But because Georgia Tech is not a name team and people don't realize that Georgia Tech is in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia, and they got athletes running real deal athletes, do you worry that you won't get the same kind of Florida State energy from the crowd or energy from the players and the credit for improvement if you see it?
Well, no, I think you're going to get the energy. Friday night blackout game, supposed to be the rains. It may rain a little bit during the day tomorrow, but it's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow night. The energy's going to be there, and those jerseys,
the black uniforms.
Those are the best black uniforms they've ever had.
They're going to be awesome.
They are sharp looking, man. Oh, I love that. I know. Sorry, I'm taking a detour, but I'm a uniform guy.
We look faster in the black uniform.
Goodness, those look good, man. I think you're
Watch
going to
how fast we look.
Oh yeah, yes. I think you're going to get a lot of energy. So I think the energy is going to be there. I think that there is people right now that have made their mind up both ways. I think there's people that have made their mind up that Bobby should stay no matter what. I think there's people that have made their mind up that Bobby should go no matter what. And you're not going to change their minds either way. I would hope that we watch for, again, improvement. But I think, I'm going to say it again, I think what you need to see tomorrow is points. I've saw individual improvement. I need points. If Georgia Tech,
low scoring.
What if Georgia Tech beat you 49-45?
Low scoring and you win. 13-10.
I mean, you'll be happy, but I think you'll still be like, oh, man, the offense looks like crap. They're going to turn. They're going to get killed, against Wake Forest and teams that, Syracuse, teams that can score. That's why I think you need points. I mean, heck, and I know this sounds crazy. I think I'd almost rather lose 49-45 than I would win 13-10.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
I just need to see that this team can put points on the board, man.
Because
this Georgia Tech team can score. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's one thing. This Georgia Tech team can put points on the board.
Where I was going psychologically is if 13-10, right? The only possible way I could get 13-10 is if Bobby decided he wanted to run the ball and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Run with Georgia Tech.
Sure.
And trust his defense.
I mean, if you win 13-10 and Hassan Hall rushes for 190, and puts on a national show, then maybe I go, look, he just rode the hot hand. But still, 13-10 means you scored once. One touchdown. I need more one touchdown, man. I got more than one touchdown. I'm going to feel worse. I would feel worse about a 13-10 win.
That's where you're going.
I would feel worse about a 13-10 win. And I say that now, of course, during the game, I'm going to be like, just win. I don't give a crap.
Right.
But, I mean, like I said, 49-45 loss, I'm going, man, they're getting it though. Like I can not come in here and say it. I can sit on my couch and go, Steve, they're getting it. They're getting it. They put it together.
I mean, you can say it in here too.
No, I will, but I don't want to say. I don't want to say. The reason I didn't say it like that is because I don't want to sound like I'm saying, "Oh, I can come in here and try to convince you."
Right.
I'm not trying to convince. I'm not trying to convince you who's listening. I'm saying for Steve because I'm battling the same things too as a fan, and I can say
them putting up 40 points on our defense, while of course I don't think that'll happen. I think our front is controlling the line well enough to stop that from happening, and the tackling is a lot more solid, right? I could still see how that goofy offense. It's not goofy. I really love it sometimes, but
right.
How that awkward offense is hard to pick up for new players who are out of position a lot and who are relying on their athletic ability and their aggression to make up for being out of position, right?
Yeah.
Like that defense is playing really, really hard, but sometimes you get out of position to a team that can execute and there's no recovering.
Right.
Right? Because they take out the athleticism by getting you off your feet. So a lot of that is technique and your line holding up. So I could see any of those situations, probably not the 13-10 at all.
No, yeah, that is when I go.
We'd get blown out before it was that.
Yeah, but if it was said, even if it was that, I'm going, ugh. I don't know, man. Like I don't feel good.
Quick commercial break. Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
One of the great things in life is intimacy. It's a key part of how we express ourselves and share with the person we love. Physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy. As much as we want to share that intimacy, there are times it just doesn't seem to work out. 40% of the time in men over 40, it just doesn't work. Many couples go months and sometimes years without addressing erectile dysfunction or other sexual issues in what can easily be resolved with just one visit to the Louisville Men's Clinic. Our Kentucky licensed providers use FDA-approved medications to get intimacy back in your relationship on the very first visit. There is no need to wait any longer. We are here for you, both of you. Call 444-4000 to set up your private consultation. 444-4000. The clinic visit, evaluation, and testing of the medication is just $99. LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com for more information. 444-4000.
So, Steve, what do you think about Ville at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Ville at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
Chances are you've recently talked about it or thought about it or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
Do you know what the future you is up to right now? It could be working for UPS. UPS is now hiring part-time package handlers in Louisville. For select shifts, you can now receive bonuses up to $250. They also graduate debt-free through the Metro College program. Apply now at upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com. Get there.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
If you've been thinking about getting engaged, come join us this Saturday at Davis Jewelers.
It's Davis Jewelers' Fall Bridal Event, our biggest engagement ring event of the year.
Come shop all the newest styles from our top engagement ring designers, including Sylvie, Martin Flyer, and our newest designer, Known Carver.
Plus wedding bands for the bride and groom from Benchmark, Amara Stone, and MFit.
Come talk directly to our bridal designers' official representatives. They'll be here in person.
We've brought in even more certified diamonds.
We'll have special interest-free financing for qualified buyers. But here's the best part.
Buy your engagement ring this Saturday at Davis Jewelers' Fall Bridal Event and get up to $1,000 off your center diamond.
So you can get a bigger diamond than you thought.
It's Davis Jewelers' Fall Bridal Event this Saturday from 10 till 6 at Davis Jewelers.
Louisville's diamond engagement and wedding ring store.
Limitations apply. Come see store for full details. Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler, Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hurstbourne Parkway, and davisjewelers.com.
Don't miss it.
Hi, I'm Circuit Court Judge Derwin Webb. In 1959, a sharecropper named George attempted to register to vote in the local Tennessee election. Because of the Jim Crow laws in his 5th grade education, he was denied the right. Yet, he persisted. He studied to retake the test and was denied again because of another requirement that he could not fulfill. Yet, he persisted. He studied once again and came back with a group of friends. Before he entered the office, 2 men with weapons drawn told him to leave and never come back. Because of his act of courage, he lost his job, his home, and was kicked off the farm where he lived and forced to move to Indianapolis with other relatives. I know George well because he was my grandfather. So when you think of the importance of voting this year, think of my grandfather and the other George Webbs that made the sacrifice for us all to vote. So please, please vote.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, there's nothing like listening to a Steve Rummage when he's reading articles about his University of Louisville. If you ever notice, we are on YouTube. The YouTube channel is We Are Made for the Ville. And I'm sure you'd enjoy to watch how much Steve actually scrolls in the middle of a show. But I don't get mad at him because sometimes little nuggets of gold come out of said scrolling. Steve, have you discovered anything awesome?
I have. I mean, I got to find the article because I seem to have lost it, of course.
You mean the article that I asked you to get ready to read 3 to 6 minutes ago, Steve?
I know. No, I got it.
You ever looking at videos of Kanye?
I know. No, that dude's losing it, man. Like, golly.
I feel you.
No, I anytime I come across the hot seat article, I'm like, I've got to check this out. Okay.
Anytime you come past a hot seat article,
yeah,
it's worth your attention.
Yes, whether my coach is on it or not.
Right. You do just look at hot seats.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only way you get a good feel for what's acceptable around the college sports world.
Sure.
That's the theme of this article.
Listen,
what's acceptable?
Says Hour 5 from Yahoo Sports. Power 5 coaches who could end up on the hot seat.
Got my attention.
I'm going to start at number 1. Bobby Petrino.
No way.
Now listen.
Number 1.
Now here's what I want you to listen to.
Is this just an ACC?
Well, it feels like it. There's 3 ACC coaches on here.
But no, it's not particularly made for ACC.
No.
A national, okay.
I'm going to read this to you. It says, here's another guy with a massive buyout whose team has been awful so far in 2018. Petrino's second stint with the Cardinals has cratered now that he doesn't have Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Now, cratered. His whole stint has cratered in 5 games. There are literally 119 offenses better than Louisville's in college football, which that's where I go back to I've seen improvement. Now I need to see touchdowns.
Right.
The more Louisville struggles, the more Cardinal fans will be clamoring for hometown hero Jeff Brom. But will the school want to have turnover at football coach, basketball coach, and athletic director in a short period of time? So that's why Bobby deserves to be on the hot seat. Because in 5 games,
that was his
entire stint has cratered.
And
after
they
losing Lamar
do
Jackson.
know his offense before Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
was
pretty good.
Sauce.
Yeah, pretty good.
Right.
So, but regardless, that's why.
Okay.
We go to another guy on the list.
Number 2, or are you going to jump around?
No, I'm just jumping. Paul Johnson from Georgia Tech.
Okay.
Now you want to hear why he's on the hot seat? Paul Johnson and Georgia Tech need to go 4-3 over the next 7 games to avoid their 3rd season under 500 since 2015.
Wait, since 2005?
2015. Their 3rd season under 500.
Is why he's on the is why he might be on the hot seat?
Yes. That's why he might be on the hot seat. Because this will be their 3rd under 500 season. Rutgers coach is on the hot seat because Rutgers has swiped the mantle of the worst Power 5 program in the country from Kansas, or given how many turnovers Rutgers had against the Jayhawks, maybe Kansas stole something from Rutgers. So Rutgers coach is on the hot seat because they are now the worst program in college football.
I am still fascinated by Paul Johnson just now hitting hot seat territory.
Yeah.
In his 3rd under 500 season since 2013. I'm sorry, 15.
Bill Snyder at Kansas State is on the hot seat because Snyder's had a really weird year. He reportedly is feuding with his coaching staff over who should start at quarterback.
Did the article say while losing,
No,
or did you just throw that
in there?
That was good comic relief.
He is in a all-out feud with his coaching staff over who should be the quarterback. Snyder thinks Alex Delton should be the quarterback. The rest of the entire coaching staff believes Skylar Thompson should be.
When you say an all-out feud with your coaching staff, and you're the head coach,
yeah,
like that phrase alone would be pandemonium here. If you found out that there was an all-out feud between Coach Petrino,
yes,
and his staff at who should be the quarterback, everybody would have guaranteed he got run.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, I would imagine so. So that's where I don't know. I keep coming back to, like, hang on, man. Like let's hang tight here on the fire. And again, I've said this multiple times on this show. It's Bobby or Brom. if you really think Brom can come in here, and I like Jeff Brom as a coach, I like him as a person, everything. Like if he ends up being the coach here one day, I'll be behind Jeff Brom.
Yeah,
absolutely. I got no issue with him.
You got a shot. You got a shot to prove it.
Is he a better coach than Bobby Petrino right now? Can he produce more? And if you say yes, okay, give me reasons why. I'm not saying you're wrong. 8150 93.9
38 31 93.9 is text line.
I would love. I mean, I'm totally open to it. Do you feel like he's a better coach than Bobby Petrino? Do you feel like we get more wins in the long run? Because you can't say this year, because if you said, well, this year, I would say, well, they lost to Eastern Michigan. They lost to Northwestern. They lost to Missouri. I mean,
this is still Purdue.
Yeah, like they beat Nebraska, who's absolute trash, and they beat Boston College, which is a good win. So, well, we think it's a good win. I mean, we'll see how Boston College finishes out, but I'm not going to take credit from him from winning those games. That's where I have the issue. So I'm like, I'm watching this, and I'm just very hesitant to say get rid of the guy when I'm starting to see improvements.
And you're seeing what the national fire our coach or hot seats look like in real life.
Yes. And when you see what real hot seats look like, you go, man, they're in shambles. Goodness gracious. I mean, what you look at a team like Michigan. Michigan's very mediocre looking. And they got all the talent in the world up there. They just got the hottest quarterback transfer on the market. You think Jim Harbaugh's going anywhere? Heck no.
There's going to be some good games this weekend, too.
Yeah, this is a good weekend, man. Texas, Oklahoma, I'm excited for. I like a good old school rivalry.
Yeah, let's just relax for 1 second.
Both good.
What do you Texas, Oklahoma, or were you going to go buy some other coaches? Or you?
Oh, no.
Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, LSU, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame.
Yeah, there's some good names, man. Like I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to those. So I will. Florida, LSU.
I know.
You
so disappointing, Florida.
Yeah, it's kind of like Florida it lost all its luster, man.
Over the last 3 years.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean but I mean with all that, I mean I think Texas Oklahoma for me is the game of the day. Like, I mean, Texas looks like they could legitimately be something again. Oklahoma, Tua and Kyler Murray are that's the Heisman race.
Texas has the bad start, and they're ready to fire the coach at the beginning of the year. They're just like the little prodigy. What's my name?
Tom Herman. Yeah, but they're getting it looks like they're kind of getting it rolling now. So that this could be a big time, statement for him. Like, yeah, no, it's good football on Saturday, man.
Yeah. We get to enjoy the full Saturday of football as well.
Yeah, which like I said, which is always fun. But I mean, just watch college football. Like, watch Friday and watch college football. Like I said, is what I hate is I do think Purdue's off, because this would be a week I would say watch them.
Right.
Yeah, watch them. Watch them against Ohio State. I think they play Ohio State in a couple weeks.
That's cheating.
I see. It's not for me, because that's the standard you're holding Bobby to. So it's not for me.
You don't think Bobby got an Alabama pass?
Maybe with Alabama.
He got an Alabama pass. But see, he didn't at first because we didn't know how good Alabama was.
But I don't think Alabama is what I'm saying.
You haven't given them a Clemson. You're still saying you can't even beat Clemson.
Yeah.
And they've been in the national championship the years you haven't,
Yeah. Again, that's just where I'm at with it. So when you hear me talk, it's not that I'm just Mr. Bobby advocate. I'm Mr. Louisville win advocate. I don't care who's the coach if we're winning. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have ties to anybody. I mean, heck, my closest tie ever was probably to Rick Pitino, and I'm at Louisville Live going, yeah, see you. Who's Rick? Chris Mack starts winning, I don't care less. Even though, I mean, like, I'm glad we don't have Anthony Simons and Romeo Langford, all them guys this year. I'm really glad about that. That makes me really happy. But I do love Chris Mack.
So far.
So far.
So far.
But yeah, sorry. I just had one of those moments where I just want to you just want to kind of punch yourself in the throat really hard. So you can't.
Anthony Simons is very athletic.
Yeah, he's good. But regardless, got a good team. I'm excited. So, I mean, I want to win. But if I know that's my two options, that's where I'm being overly, and I'll admit, I'm being overly critical of Jeff Brom right now.
Right.
Because I don't feel like I have a guy. Like, Drew asked a question this morning, and I'm like, are we asking this? Said, is Bobby coaching to save his job or coaching to lose it? And I'm like, we're at a point where this guy needs to save his job? Like, man.
Okay, here's the thing. I was going to open the show with the idea of, this morning I was looking at a documentary of machines that supposedly make rain, right?
Yeah.
And I was reading the comments from the sections of people who, the scientists who said, oh, it's easy to do. You can just have these kind of machines and the chemicals will come together and make rain.
Yeah.
Conspiracy side, no, they're making rain to cause floods and do this. Okay, you can be on either side of that, right?
Sure.
But the fascinating part of the idea of making rain is what had everybody arguing with each other. Right. I think we as media, as local media, are making rain and forcing two sides to fight over what's the rain making machine being used for.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Or am I a psychopath?
No, you're not a psychopath. I mean, I think that's fair.
You get what I'm saying. Like this conversation is like we're forcing rain out here. We're forcing rain, and we're forcing people to decide who's the rain making machine hands need to be in. Right.
Right.
Because it's right. The football team is the rain. Mm-hmm. The sports is the rain. The what you want, success or failure, who you want to coach. Yeah. That's all the rain.
Sure.
And everybody's arguing about who's in control of the rain machine.
Yeah, well, Vince Tyree is.
See, I tried to be philosophical.
Yeah.
I tried to be the deep thinker. Like I really was thinking about that all morning. Like that's what this environment feels like. And that totally went when you came in here and you told me how you didn't like this narrative and where it was going. My whole rainmaker theory just took. You look. That's why I start in the middle of the page.
I know
that got bumped down real quick.
I know. No, it was good. It was a good point though. We'll see.
You know what we got to talk about next, right?
Yeah, I know. Let's do that. Let's do that.
You know it's coming, right?
I know.
People, call a friend. Tell a friend to call another friend. Get ready to tune in. Midday with Marcus Maben. The Rainmaker has made some rain, and we're going to have to talk about it. Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 the Ville.
Ever dreamed of winning $1 million from the Kentucky Lottery? Well, your dream might just come true when you play the new scratch-off ticket 100 times the cash. Top prize is $1 million. 100 times the cash will be making lots of people in Kentucky happy with more than $100 million in total cash prizes and over 500,000 winners between $50 and $5,000. 100 times the cash from the Kentucky Lottery. And please play responsibly. Remember, it's just a game.
For the first time ever, Genesis Diamonds is bringing together the two undisputed heavyweight champions in bridal jewelry, Tacori and Verragio. They're joining forces for one epic weekend at Genesis Diamonds. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tacori and Verragio, the Louis Vuitton and Gucci of the bridal world. Innovative rings with unparalleled detail and breathtaking design. Tacori and Verragio, both flying in hundreds of new glamorous rings, never before seen styles priced from $1,500 to $15,000. These are the top designer rings every woman wants, and most jewelers can only dream of carrying them. But Genesis has them all, and we're breaking all the rules for this 3-day event with special pricing, zero interest financing, and thousands of dollars in Amex gift cards and travel vouchers with any Tacori or Verragio ring purchase. Don't miss this unprecedented bridal event. Tacori and Verragio, over 2,000 rings together on the Genesis stage. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Exclusively at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Looking to try something different tonight? Pick up a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon aged in bourbon barrels. Robert Mondavi Private Selection brings you this unique flavor combination made possible by California winemaking craftsmanship and the rich tradition of bourbon whiskey aging. Concentrated black cherry, blackberry, sweet vanilla, and toasty oak. Look for this deliciously different limited release item from Robert Mondavi Private Selection in the wine aisle today. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Robert Mondavi, Acampo, California.
This is U of L Today with Mark Hebert.
You don't have to be a super genius to be a good problem solver. That's what a U of L researcher has found. An explanation after this.
Commonwealth Credit Union is now the preferred credit union partner of the University of Louisville, offering more financial services to the U of L community than ever before. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently. Visit WeSeeUofLDifferently.com for more information.
Being able to solve complex problems doesn't necessarily require laser focus and a high IQ, according to U of L Learning and Performance Lab Director Marcy DeCaro.
It's not only the people who have the high intelligence, the high working memory that can do innovative, creative thoughts. So I think that's one important thing to remember, that we kind of have a diversity in the way we think. And so people with lower working memory can capitalize on that. They can capitalize on the fact that they can make associations often better.
DeCaro says the brain has two different tracks that compete with each other, and people who have lots of memory and focus.
He would kind of work with a problem until he got stumped, and then he'd step away and play his violin for a while. Or Beethoven would, take long, vigorous walks, is what they say, so that he could kind of let the ideas come to him.
Finding ways to unlock human potential. We are U of L.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Connecting locally, powered nationally. Century Mortgage Company is a community leader catering to your every need. Our commitment to personal, local business drives us to deliver exceptional service to our clients and community. Whether it's a new home or refinancing your investment, consider Century Mortgage Company, Kentuckiana's top mortgage leader and Kentucky's largest locally owned mortgage banking institution. Low rates and our dedication to closing loans in under 30 days make today a great day to visit CenturyMortgage.com. Century Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 3925.
Make your statement this fall with a Rolex watch or spectacular jewelry from Merkley Kendrick Jewelers, the country's second oldest jeweler. Whether you are cheering on your favorite team or celebrating a special occasion, look your best in vintage gems, fine diamonds, and sophisticated watches from Merkley Kendrick Jewelers, located at 138 Chenoweth Lane or online at mkjewelers.com. Trusted since 1832, Merkley Kendrick Jewelers, Kentucky's official Rolex jeweler.
Chances are you recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben.
93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. There's no nice transition. No, I'm not really going to transition yet. I had a thought. There was no nice way to bring up how I thought of this question, other than to volunteer a joke that I made. This conversation started with a joke I made a little ways back. The joke was, as soon as Mark Stoops won a football game, I made a joke. I said, give him an extension. Give him that 10-year extension, right? And that was me. That was Snarky Marcus. Hey, Stoops won. Hey, give him an extension, 10 years.
Right.
And then I thought about it. And I thought about my Kentucky homeboys.
Sure.
My Kentucky fan, BB and homeboys. My family. Hey, Marcus, you want to take that joke back about the 10-year extension now? Now that we're ranked number 13? No. Because in my mind, I'll take my Bobby Petrino across from Mark Stoops all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And then I thought, maybe I'm the crazy one, because I'm talking about a coach who's 2-3, whose terrible offense is lowest in the nation right now, and they have the number 13 team in the country coached by Mark Stoops.
Well, ask yourself this right now: would you trade? An honest, you know, look, if you can't stand Bobby, whatever.
You didn't want me to let me slow play that.
No,
but.
No.
You were sick of watching me. You're like my brother who watches me open my presents, and then you just grab one of my presents and start opening.
I know. Like, dude, open your freaking gift, man.
Right. And you know me.
I know,
You know
man.
how I am about Christmas gifts, too. I never open them, right?
I know.
But,
I'm sorry.
But I was in the process of opening my Christmas package, realizing, Steve, that anybody who asked me to choose, it's a no-brainer to me. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. Brian Hall, I'm not even going to give that the time of day to be the Twitter poll question.
Right.
Would you trade right now for number 13 in the country coach Mark Stoops? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
No way.
And be serious.
How?
And like,
explain yourself.
Not as Louisville fan,
Yeah.
not rival, not like seriously.
Yeah, see, you're right.
No way.
Throw away just what you've seen out of the product of Kentucky for the last 5 years versus the Louisville product you've seen on the football field.
That's the point. Is like when because like this summer I was like, how are they giving him an extension? Up until this season, I was like,
one win.
Why is he still the Kentucky coach? Or maybe not? Why is he still the Kentucky coach? Why are they extending him? And it was one of those things where, and I hate to say this, I'm not saying that they aren't a good team, but it's similar to with us with Lamar Jackson. They're riding Benny Snell right now. I mean, they have a Heisman candidate player on that team, and he's reaping the benefits of getting wins on his resume with Benny Snell.
See, and while I get your point, what I'm saying is I don't think it was riding Lamar more than developing.
Yeah, you're right.
We were developing Lamar into a harnessing what he can do and developing it and putting that in a Bobby Petrino system.
But Stoops has been landing recruits too, and because we talked about his recruiting right when he came in, and he wasn't developing that talent because they weren't winning until this season. I mean, like at a steady rate. I mean, yeah, they were getting their 6 or 7 wins, but
would you trade your quarterback for their quarterback?
No, I wouldn't.
No,
I'd trade running backs.
Yeah,
defensive
end. We'll take Benny Snell.
Yes,
I trade running back and defensive end definitely. Yeah, but no, I would not. No,
I would not trade Jawan Pat like right now.
No.
Give me some pushback on this one because I know.
I think Wilson's perfect for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily that even though I just think they all suck. I think they're the worst 13th ranked team in the history of the poll. But I mean,
and we're being serious right now.
No, yeah, that's just me.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just me personally.
Not you being
No, I just think they always suck. They suck now. I think by the time we play them, it's gonna be a whole. You're gonna be like, hey, remember when Kentucky was good? But nevertheless, Wilson is perfect for what they run.
Leave it to the coaches.
But as far as quarterbacks, no, absolutely. I take Jawan Pass.
Open market right now.
Yeah.
Who gets the job first, Mark Stoops or Bobby Petrino?
Bobby, yeah.
I still think it's Bobby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of universities look at it the same way, that Stoops is having his first good season. I need to see more. Like, he's a year.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're right. And what does this say? We're saying that a 13th in the country coach,
yeah,
right, is his stock is non-existent.
Well, because I think is what you said when Brian's saying that is the point. I think you said if you look at what Kentucky's done over the last 5 years, well, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have watched what Kentucky's done over the last 5 years.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
And they finally had a perfect storm, a good schedule, a good team.
A big-time team doesn't want to, we'll take one out of every 5 years, a really good season. No, like they want somebody that's going to consistently do it. If he turns around next year and Benny Snell leaves and goes pro and he can get Kentucky back to being ranked or 8 or 9 wins again next season, then I think he'll start getting offers from some decent schools.
Sure.
But he's got to do it at least 2 years in a row.
Sure.
And once without Benny.
I mean, so Bobby has a track record. No, I don't. I really mean that. Like I said, I don't.
Right.
I'm not trading. Absolutely not. If you come to me today and said you can make the switch right now, I would laugh in your face.
No, thank you.
Not only no thank you, I may just drop kick you for no reason.
Or just say, would you?
I'd say we need to fight. We have to fight.
See, and like I said, to me, when I'm saying this out loud, and I can't find I can't find how I'm wrong on something like this, but I know I'm not supposed to be right with that theory.
Right. But here's my thing. Okay, let me read the text we got. Let me find it. Okay, we're getting a lot of text. I think I kept it on there. Okay, listen. I asked you earlier about the Brom thing. Said, give me reasons. I think this texter did a good job because I think this is a valid reason. But I want to make a point, and I'm not refuting this text or her or his, whoever. Says I think Brom would be better in the sense that he's the local Louisville product. Family is linked to the university, loves the city. Purdue is a step up from Western. He struggled this year, but I think you put him as the Louisville coach, and he'll put his heart and soul. Put his heart and soul into the thing. I agree with everything that guy said, or guy or girl, the texter said. I agree with everything, and I think that's perfect. Okay? But think about that. That is probably the number one reason why you would trade for Jeff Brom. If Steve Rummage was making a list right now and you said, hey, make the list of why you would take Brom, my number one, without question, would say, basically what the texter just said. He's a local guy, and I know he does love the university, and I know, but there's nothing about the on-the-field product that I would put on that list, really. He plays the same system Bobby plays.
He has the same DNA.
Yes. So, I mean, you've heard the stories.
He's not protecting his defense over at Purdue.
No, not at all. Purdue fans, I was on their board the other day, are throwing a fit about their defense up there, saying their defense sucks.
You were on a Purdue board.
I had to. I checked stuff out. I know I'm a psycho. But I mean, you've heard the stories about, and I think they've all kind of confirmed it. But you've heard the stories about Jeff Brom, Bob Beatty over at Trinity, and Bobby Petrino have met up in a hotel here in Louisville multiple times, and they, well, I don't want to say multiple times, I think it was once, but then they spent the whole weekend talking offense. Like, that's what they do. They're cut from the same cloth. I go back to, and I know if you text me and you say, yeah, but I don't think Brom's the best option. He is the option. That's who you're getting.
Allow me to insert a retort or devil's advocate to this. This is what I hear, Steve.
Absolutely.
I think Brom would be better in the sense that he's the local Louisville product.
Yeah.
You do know that's one step away from almost being illegal, to give somebody a job because of where they're from. It's not really illegal.
Well, no.
But you get the point.
Because I do think there is an aspect of that comes with it.
Family is linked to the university.
Yeah.
When I'm in devil's advocate mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see more people with their hands on it. Power struggles now.
Yeah.
Families involved.
Yeah.
Nepotism conversation. Oh, now he has his family doing this.
Sure.
I'd almost want to defend. I'd protect Brom by saying, Coach, keep your family out of this.
Yeah.
Keep your family out of this building. Think about that. People say Bobby Petrino messed up by having family involved in the program.
Yeah.
Biggest, quickest jokes. Family foundation. He's spending too much time with his family doing the foundation. And his family doing this, and his son's doing this, and daughter's doing this, right?
Yep.
First thing you get here is the family linked to the university, right?
Yeah.
So you're opening yourself up for the exact same criticism that we're trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Psychologically, right?
Yes.
He loves the city. Okay. Purdue is a step up from Western. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How does Purdue measure up against Louisville?
I mean, yeah, no, Louisville's a step up, I think. Absolutely. Partially because Purdue also runs
in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I was going to say Purdue runs into the Kentucky thing. Why Kentucky will not sustain success over a long period of time, basically no matter who's the coach, because you're always going to recruit against Bama, Georgia, LSU. Purdue runs into that as well.
So Purdue's a lot, to me, it's a lot more similar than we're saying, because Purdue is not the University of Indiana.
Sure.
Indiana gets the first dibs.
Yeah.
State, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, as far as that, I'm talking about as far as I think expectations are higher at Louisville.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, when you see the family conversation, listen, the only clean one here is he loves the university.
Yeah. No, sure.
Everything else can be almost an exact replicated conversation that we have about Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
I don't see anything about recruiting. We can't say his offense is, more developed what are we going to say? His offense is better in the ACC?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
He'll run into the same, my defense is getting tired. If he continues on the way we've seen so far, he could be getting it together. He could be getting the athletes to make the defense at Purdue better, and all that. I'm saying it can happen, right?
Yeah.
But that conversation, for being in such a good text, right?
Yeah.
The argument doesn't hold water like it should against a Bobby Petrino.
Right.
It's a good argument by itself.
Yeah.
Philly called. Thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind?
Man, what's going on, man? First of all, man, Steve, what I need you to do, man, is you text back that text that you was just talking about and tell her she's delusional. And let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all why, man. You know, I can give y'all another perspective because I'm not from here, but I've been coming here since I was little. And when I first started coming here, let me tell you something. Crum was a god. He was the closest thing to a god that Louisville had. But towards the end of his tenure, I watched the fan base.
Hey, be careful. Hey, be careful, Philly.
I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. I watched the fan base turn on him, Marcus. And, you know, and this is what I'm trying to – and that's because I'm sick of hearing this Brom talk. The Louisville fan base don't care. If Brom come down here and go 0-6, they'll run him out of town. I don't care about a home product, this, that, and the other. They will – I'm telling you, I watched it. Like I said, I first started coming down for the summer. Crum was the closest thing to God they had around here. And less years later, man, it was, it's his time to go, this, that, and the other. So people that – and like I said this the other day, people that someone getting rid of Bobby, man, you just don't find another quality college coach out. They just don't fall in your lap. So people need to stop. And I'm sick, y'all too, with this Brom talk, because y'all instigating a lot of this too, man. Brom is not the answer. So y'all need to stop too.
We're just trying to let everybody know that this is the option, Philly. You just got to trust us. And sometimes when we say, look, these are the two you need to compare. I'm with you. I kind of agree.
Now, see, honestly, now you know Bron came in and went 0-7. This fan base will turn on you, and you know it.
Absolutely,
you know it.
Absolutely.
1-4, and they're turning on you. What do you mean?
Yeah, so you know, so ease up on the Bron talk, man. Let's ride this shit out. Ride this shit out with Bobby. Ride it on out, and everything will be all right.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the call, Philly.
Appreciate it, man. Eagles suck.
There was no need for an award on that one.
No, he slipped up. He was saying ship. Yeah. You don't say ride. Nobody says ride this out.
But if he did, Brian Hall would have idea.
Brian Hall would have dumped it.
I would have dumped it.
Yeah,
Totally.
if he did. But he
Would've
did.
been all over it.
He didn't. He's just slip of the tongue there, man. It happens. But yeah, I mean, I agree with what he's saying. I'm very hesitant with that. A texter says, and I think this is the texter I read earlier. It says, and I agree with the texter. It says, I want someone to deserve the job, not to give it to them because of the link to Louisville. If he turns it around Purdue, I'm in. Yeah. If Bobby has a couple more bad years and Jeff Brom's got Purdue rolling up there, sure. Yeah. Hey, sign me up. I think he's a better coach now. But as what I've saw so far, I do not think Jeff Brom's necessarily a better coach than Bobby Petrino. And that says he's not worth $14 million buyout to switch just because I want to switch.
That's a very expensive test.
To just say, I don't think he's better. Hey, now look, Bobby sucks it up the rest of this year. Brom goes and beats Michigan or beats Michigan State and Ohio State.
Beat Michigan.
Well, I can't remember which one they play. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, hey, look, then maybe I change my tune. You know, if we're sitting there at the end of the year with 3 or 4 wins and Brom's out here is knocked off Michigan State, you know, and played Ohio State good, and they're sitting there after starting 0-3, they're sitting there with 8 wins, going to a bowl looking good, then maybe I go, okay, all right, maybe he's got it.
Okay, so how much urgency do you have to add to the fact that somebody else will sweep him up? Or you don't think that it's not like he would go.
I think he'll be very selective. I think there are 2 jobs.
Right.
You know, and Notre Dame, I don't think is coming open.
They're good.
Yeah. Which also Notre Dame, you remember just a couple years ago, were 4 wins. So
we were smacking them around.
Yes. So
we were smacking them around with Reggie Bonifant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we forget? We were just smacking Notre Dame around with Reggie Bonifant.
Mm-hmm. It's fact, man. No, that
you would have died. We thought life was never going to get any better when we went into Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame.
Right.
In Notre Dame.
It was one of the best football trips I've ever made in my life. Just because I'm a sucker for tradition.
Uh-huh.
And it was there is no more tradition than there.
You sacrificed something to the sports gods for that win.
Yes, man. I'm there, and I'm like, dude, if he misses this field goal, hey.
So what did you sacrifice at the moment? Because I know you gave up something.
Who's the idiot that's going to admit it's like, I will give up a tournament? And then they missed the field goal. It's like, you don't mess around with Notre Dame, dude. Like, God gets involved with that stuff.
Touchdown, Jesus.
Yeah, like, dude, hey, you don't, like, you're out here like, I'll lose a tournament to win it. And then the next thing you know, you're like.
So we finally figured out what it was, Steve.
Yeah, that could have been. I don't know.
Somebody
what I sacrificed.
something.
I guarantee it. Yes, I guarantee
but
it.
my point is, for the Notre Dame win 1,000 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. So, and that year, gosh, I mean, you had an awesome year, I mean, kind of your first year in the ACC, you was getting big wins. I mean, but look, here's what we're doing on this show. I just want to make this clear, because tomorrow I don't want to have Bobby talk. I want to have, let's get ready for Georgia Tech talk. Yeah. But I don't want this to sound like we're necessarily the Bobby advocates, because like I said, we're winning advocates. I want Louisville to win. I don't care who's the coach here. I don't have any monetary or personal relationship to any of these coaches. I want to win. Like, I'll be here whether these coaches come or go. I'm a Louisville guy. Me and Marcus, we don't want to go to another market. Like, no, right. Like, this is where we'll be Joby and Denny in 50 years. When y'all turn the radio on, you're going to listen to us probably. Talking.
We'll just be on AM.
Yeah, we'll be on AM talking sports. Yeah, we'll be talking just crazy stuff. Y'all be like, Steven's literally out of his mind.
We'll be talking about the win over Notre Dame.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we'll be talking about that just like we did just now.
You may be dead.
You're like, I remember back in the day when Reggie Bonifant led us to a victory over Notre Dame.
Look, we got some good audio. You just argue with the audio I leave, buddy.
Yes, yeah. Hey, Mark,
I know.
They may be ending the facts. That is, look, it's him or him. I'm not going to sugarcoat this crap for you guys. These are your two options. So remember that when you're and if you go watch the game Friday and you still think, look, Bobby's not my guy, then fine. I just want to present this out here to like, look, that's who it's going to be.
But do it game by game.
Sure.
Do it what your eyes see. Do it like have tangible, things. Don't Kelly Dickey me. You know what I'm saying? Into telling me this is a bad coach.
Yes.
Because Kelly Dickey can out Kelly Dickey any of you.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, he could take the numbers and just make an argument.
He can make them dance.
Yeah.
He can make numbers dance.
Sure.
Right.
I know. So all this talk has got me worked up, and now I'm hungry. And when it's Thursday at this studio, I know being hungry is okay because it's Mr. Delivery Thursday.
Oh,
thanks
finally.
to Tommy and the Mr. Delivery team for bringing by Chewy's Tex-Mex to the ESPN Louisville studios for National Taco Day. Perfect for tailgates, game watch parties, catering for the office like we do, or dinner for the family. Dinner for the family. Use promo code ESPN for your discount on your first order. Download the new app or head to MrDelivery.com. Local restaurants deliver.
So, before we go into the topic du jour, the topic that we were supposed to talk about today, the topic that, again, the Rainmaker Cloud forces you to talk about, I got to tell you, this Guess the Score contest on the Crowds line is getting filled up, people. I'm going to say this in the least arrogant way. You know what? I'm going to stop apologizing for the confidence in what we do here at the show, Steve.
Sure.
This started out as a little idea, thecrowdsline.com, just some guest pick 'em games, pick some scores, right? Sponsored by DFH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starts picking up steam. That looked like that hurt.
That was brutal.
I hope you saw that on YouTube, y'all. People, go to our YouTube channel at We Are Made for the Ville if you want to see what Steve Rummage looks like in pain for the rest of the show. But
I just wanted to read the text line.
While Steve is back to that, I'll tell you, thecrowdsline.com/DFH. Last week did the Trinity St. X game for these guest score pick'em. Last week, prizes, first place, $50 Amazon gift card. Second through fifth place, $25 Amazon gift card. 6th through 10th place, $10 Amazon gift cards like it's nothing. Stakes are going up. What are you going to do when you go to thecrowdsline.com/DFH and you see you can look at their Kentucky scores and predict them. You can look at your Louisville scores and predict them. And these are for the big prizes. What are you going to do when you go there and you see $200 gift cards? You're going to try it, right? That's why I'm telling you, people, thecrowdsline.com/DFH. All you got to do is so simple. You sign up, you pick your score right on the side. It's a little clicker. You just move the clicker up, move the clicker down, you get your scores, and you press submit. And then you watch the game. And now you have a rooting interest. And you don't have to worry about Vinny the Fish showing up at your work wanting his paycheck when when your team doesn't win, right? No harm, no foul. You missed it this week, you get them next week. thecrowdsline.com/DFH. So news of the day, people. Brian Bowen Sr. may be testifying soon. A little bit more coming out of the Moral Code, Christian Dawkins camp.
Yeah.
There's a quote that says, "Don't go to Kentucky. You'll never get that kid back." Paraphrasing, quote.
That's pretty much what we have.
Didn't think we were going to talk about that. Here we go. Quick commercial break. Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. Quick commercial break. 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Chances are you recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy, do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
There are times in life when certain situations are unavoidable. As life passes, we get a little slower and a little more achy than the year before. All part of life. But when we lose the ability for intimacy with the one we love, it can feel much worse. Unfortunately, the lady we love typically feels like this situation is just because of her. As men, we know that's just not true. We want that spark back just as much as she does. The Louisville Men's Clinic physicians hear this from struggling couples every day. Fortunately, that struggle in your relationship from erectile dysfunction can be gone in one simple visit to the Louisville Men's Clinic with a same-day solution. The joy of your relationship will be back. And the best part of it is seeing that spark back in the happy relationship. Call 444-4000. It's safe, simple, and private. 444-4000. Clinic visit, evaluation, and testing is just $99. LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com for more information. 444-4000.
Ever dreamed of winning $1 million from the Kentucky Lottery? Well, your dream might just come true when you play the new scratch-off ticket 100 times the cash. Top prize is $1 million. 100 times the cash will be making lots of people in Kentucky happy with more than $100 million in total cash prizes and over 500,000 winners between $50 and $5,000. 100 times the cash from the Kentucky Lottery. And please play responsibly. Remember, it's just a game.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
The world never.
We good?
It's constantly changing, evolving, moving forward, and so are we. Introduce.
I think we should bring Charlie back.
Network, the best devices, the best value. Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com today. Restrictions apply.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, people. Louisville football is back in action Friday night. And for the most pre- and post-game coverage, right here on ESPN Louisville, join Mark Ennis Friday night, 6 o'clock, after the drive for the Miller Lite pregame show live from Caboose number 5 at Cardinal Stadium. And then directly following the game, it's the Miller Lite postgame show, only on 93.9 The Ville. We're the first place that will take your calls, hear from Bobby Petrino, as well as sound from the locker room. PJ, thanks for joining us on the Ed Scorns Collision Center hotline, my man. What's on your mind?
Man, I just keep hearing y'all say, first of all, I don't want to get rid of Bobby. But I just keep hearing y'all say it's either Bobby or Brown. What about Charlie Strong? Y'all don't think he would come back here?
Well, I think he would. I just think that that's not going to be an option. That they're going to.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, just they're gonna go after Braum.
You got to explain to PJ that you're not saying that you think that this should be the only option.
I just think that they'll go after Braum. Like that's going to be the guy they're going to go after. But yeah, no, I think Charlie probably would look at it. I mean, if he were asked.
Do you think Charlie would be a better option than Braum?
Yes, I do. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. No. I agree.
That's all I wanted, man. I just kept hearing y'all say Braum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was winning with Charlie. It ain't like he did nothing to leave as well.
Right. And listen, PJ, take it one step further. I appreciate the call. We think it should be an open, an open conversation.
And I think Vince will. I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying Vince won't do his due diligence. Right. I think Vince will make the right if that were a case, because it's all I have to go by so far is the Chris Mack hire, and he knocked that out of the park. So I think Vince will. I have no reason not to trust that Vince Tyree will make the right hire. But also, I mean, they're to say the least.
Right.
Yeah.
Some bad relationships then.
Yeah. So we'll just leave it there. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah.
So Steve, I teased in the break. Quote from Adam Zagorius. Quote: If I let my kid go to Kentucky, I promise you I won't get him back, defended Merle Code on FBI videotape on why he wanted to steer kids to Adidas schools like Indiana, Kansas, or like Indiana and Kansas. Said UK was a Nike school and had pre-existing relationships with other NBA agents. That was one quote that I've heard countless hours of radio.
Yeah.
And the least amount of time spent on that. And listen, I don't want to run on that quote and just, see, the sky's falling. I don't want to do that. But when you ignore those quotes, how does that feel to you?
I mean, it's interesting, and it's funny how that didn't make a lot of rounds.
That made no rounds.
Yeah, it don't make a lot of rounds when they bring that up in the courtroom. But again, it goes back to what we said, man. I think the Nike thing,
is where it stops.
We had this conversation over the summer, and I think the more and more this trial that's happening, the more I'm saying, yep, we're right. There's a protection with that Nike thing that's different.
It goes away. It's
funny how things seem to go away quickly. Brian Bowen's dad's supposedly going to testify today or sometime early next week. So they're saying today's a real possibility. I'm indifferent. What can he say that's worse for Louisville?
Okay, worst case scenario. He tells me, or he says, that Christian Dawkins told him that Rick knows. That's the worst thing, conjecture wise.
But that would be so out of left field because Christian Dawkins he's kind of looking like the scummiest right now, and he has no reason to protect Patino, and even he said, Patino knew very little.
That's my point. That's my point. So, but my point is, that would be like the worst thing, and that's not even really logical. It's not rational. It's not. It won't make sense.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to spin it like anything good will come out of it, but no.
You know what I think is the good thing? I want to hear from him. You know why? Because he was being shopped, or even if he was active in the shopping, he's throwing this on Christian Dawkins.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm out here. He's doing his best to not be Lonzo Ball or LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
His one nightmare for this dad is they paint him as LeVar Ball. To avoid being LeVar Ball, he's going to say, this is what they told me. This is what they told me it's okay. This is my AAU team they played for. He told me these are the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to say I was going to the highest bidder. He just said, if my son chooses this school, I'll get this amount of help to my son chooses this school. What I'm saying is, it may not be in that exact phrase, but he's going to victimize.
Well, I think if he's mad at anybody right now, it's the NCAA
or them.
Yeah, because I think your son now, you've watched, and even though I think what he did I think he was a little more involved than what even Brian Bowen Jr. realized.
Oh, for sure. But he was listening to.
I do think he loves his son.
What I'm saying is he was listening to offers.
Yeah, and I think that he's also a dad who's watched his son, who he thought for sure would be in the NBA now. Or at least in his second year at Louisville, going to probably go to the NBA next year.
Right.
I think he's watched his son now basically say, he's kind of capped. He's not capped. He's over you playing, but
all this stuff was going down.
Yes. Yeah.
So when people want to say he's going to be looking to throw Louisville under the bus, no,
I don't think so.
There's one place he's not going to throw him under the bus. He was comfortable with his kid being here during all of it.
Yeah. Well, could he be aggravated that Louisville didn't? That Louisville just kind of stepped up and said, "No, you're not playing here." Maybe. But they offered him. I mean, I think
they said he can keep his scholarship though.
Yeah, it said like you can stay.
We just can't play you.
Yeah, which is fine. So I mean, I don't know how he feels about that, but yeah,
that would have think about it, that would have to be you did this for me and this for me and this for me and this for me, but there you drew the line right there. And now I'm done.
I just don't see where Brian Bowen Sr. would have a reason to be upset at Louisville.
And there was not extensive communication between the university and Brian Bowen Sr.
Right. So that's why for me, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm interested to hear what he has to say. I mean, like I said, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe there is something that he could say that be like, oh, this is just horrible.
Right. But I mean, if something groundbreaking comes out, I'd be shocked.
I'm still interested as to what the NCAA would be able to do at the end of the day, considering Brian Bowen never played here. I mean, I think they can. I mean, I'm sure they're the NCAA. They can do whatever they want, but
Christian Dawkins has a list of college players he was actively involved with, including Robert Williams.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
It didn't take me 2 seconds to get to that name, Steve. This name jumped off the page at me. Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, well, we all knew Brian's.
Christian Dawkins and Mitchell Robinson in cahoots. Western Kentucky's Mitchell Robinson.
I'm all over it.
What do you know?
Look, Western's clean as a whistle, man.
Colin Sexton.
Yeah, we knew that.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Brian Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Brown.
Yeah. Oregon.
Raleigh Hawkins.
Arizona.
DeAnthony Melton.
USC.
Full surprised at how people got caught or how people never got caught. I'm like, how could people get caught if you can just pay your trainer?
Well, and Pat Forty said, I thought Pat Forty with Drew this morning. We're not arguing none of that. We're just saying it wasn't illegal what we were doing.
Right. We weren't defrauding the university.
Yeah. We're paying trainers and backdoor channels and we're getting money to where they need to be. Sure, absolutely.
Here,
what's the problem?
Here is the problem that I need people to see. When they hear this money, it's $30,000 here, $10,000 here, $100,000 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hear these money. See a story about a guy in a bag carrying around a bag of cash, right? All this stuff's going on, right?
Yep.
Not once are people just saying, they're looking at these kids getting these payments, right?
Uh-huh.
You know how much money has to be worth to be throwing around 30s and 40s and 100s and 200s and like for that to be pocket change, which we're proving that this is turning out to be pocket change.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
When you see an industry where $200,000, and this is like one recruiting class, one little session, one little time, one little Dennis Smith Jr. is a damn good point guard.
Yeah.
And that's it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Smith Jr. was not going to get you a national championship.
Absolutely not.
You start throwing out the numbers for Dennis Smith Jr., the 30 racks bag of cash like it's nothing. That tells you how much your budget on loose petty cash fund for Adidas is $2 or $3 million. Mm-hmm. The petty cash fund to go around college basketball circuits and throw 100 here, throw 10 here, throw 4. You know what $4,000 can do for an AAU team? What $4,000 can do. Go ask Ellis Miles right now. Just go say, I got $4,000, to help out your Louisville Magic.
Yep. It's a big time gift, man. Yep.
$4,000 to your AAU program. And put them in Adidas clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Stock prices rise and fall based on the summer circuits of basketball players.
Yeah.
Like real stock prices. The new hotness is being determined by 2 or 3 years of AAU circuit. A wave of Under Armour gear. Well, they show up here at Freedom Hall with their AAU team, and everybody who wears Under Armour has the freshest. Petty cash fund is $3 million. Imagine 6,000 going to 100 AAU teams.
Yeah.
Right? How many players you're sticking in Adidas, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then some of the best of the Adidas circuit players, you're throwing 12, 15. For the top 10 Adidas players in the circuit, $30,000, $100,000 is nothing.
Well, no, I mean, how much is it worth for Donovan Mitchell to get drafted and pull his pants up and have Louisville socks on? Like, how much is that worth? Like, you could put a price on that.
That's what makes me so angry about.
Which is why
Lamar Jackson.
I was about to say, I'm about to come back to the beginning of the show. How much is it worth just to have had Lamar Jackson here for 3 years? You're going to put up a statue here in the coming years of Lamar Jackson at this university. How much was it worth? So you tell me how much credit Bobby should get. I don't know how we brought that back around, but you tell me how much credit he should get for getting Lamar Jackson just on this campus. It's worth a lot. These dudes are out here going, yeah, heck yeah, we're paying.
Of course we gave him $30,000.
Yeah. Again, well worth it. You don't think Lamar Jackson wasn't worth $200,000? If a university, if you knew what you knew now, if you could go back to him being a senior, and you're in college football so dirty they don't care.
Give me a real number. Give me a real number. If you could jump into your DeLorean, go back to the future, and go.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is about to make his decision on which college.
To 300,000.
What's his value?
Oh, I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar. Value.
You would go there and you would give him $10 million cash money.
Say, go to Alabama.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go to Miami.
Actually, he's not even as valuable at Alabama.
That could be true.
You could go to the University of what?
Say Miami. Say a school like Miami. Prides himself on swag and all that stuff. Like if you could
they would cut a $15 million check right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the energy, the stands, the fans, the television promos, the Louisville, your logo was shown over the last 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got 1 penny for like a radio play, if he had 1 point on the dollar, right?
That's it.
We cut you a check for $10 million
in a heartbeat.
In
Easy.
a heartbeat.
Where you want to go? I know.
Because any school made $100 million off you.
Absolutely.
And he was back when we were saying how good he was. Hey, he's just a 4-star.
Yeah.
That's a 4-star.
Yep.
It's like 3 4-star out of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should not be fascinated, not be surprised at anything dollar amount you see. Wayne, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Marcus and Steve. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. Yeah, I just want to weigh in briefly on all the talk about Brom. My thought on it is this. Brom's a good coach, and so is Petrino. But the thing about it is this. Petrino has never had a losing season. Brom is doing what he can do. And and then the vibe and all that. But the thing that sticks out in my mind is this: let's ride out and see what happens. And then but the main thing on this Louisville team, starting from the top to the players, is trust. I don't think they trust each other, and that starts at the top. And by that, what I mean is, I don't really think Petrino trusts Puma. I don't, because the reason why I say that, I don't think he trusts him to give him the authority to audibilize to do what he needs to do. And the reason why I say it, because I go back and look at Brom and when LaForest was quarterbacking, they had that authority. He trusted them. He don't really trust the ball and the lead run the ball. There's no need to pass. None whatsoever. He can say what they want, slide it in the way they want to. But that's just my take on it. And then also on the recruiting, I had to talk about. My man is Steve says, the Irish Wonder. I think at the end of the day, he will be at Louisville. And the reason why I say that, because Kentucky's known for coming in at the last minute. But if he's really sensible, not that he don't have sense, but as much time and effort as they put in on him, and knowing Kentucky is already recruiting over him, why would he even entertain that? They're disingenuous. They're not real. They're not. And if he goes, I don't begrudge any kid for wherever he wants to go. But if that's what he wants to do, okay, fine. I ain't gonna be mad at him. But I would think about and realize everything. And like Max says, we don't beg players to come. We don't hold scholarships. And at the end of the day, wherever you think you may want to go, it better be just as good, if not better, than Louisville. And when you see everything that Louisville has, wherever you think you want to go, they better be on the same level. And that includes UK. Rupp Arena's raggedy, period. And the league is okay, but you know, you got one of the finest arenas in the country, one of the best coaches, and one of the best leagues. What else could you want? Unless that's just what you want to do. But we'll see how it pans out. But all these guys, you know, I always enjoy listening to you, and I will continue to listen. But I just wanted to get that in and see what you guys thought about it. And I'll listen to you again. And I appreciate you guys. Take care.
Listen, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Listen, I mean, your overall positive vibe on it. I mean, yeah, we gotta let it play out.
Yeah,
got to see what comes of it.
Well, the only thing I did disagree with, I agree with most of what Wayne said. The only thing I did disagree with was, no, you Puma, this is his first year in Bobby's system. No, you absolutely do not have the right. No, it's not a trust thing. That's you don't know the offense good enough to be out there calling audibles. You're not calling audibles. Like, so that don't bother me at all. Like the I don't think that's a lack of trust or anything. That's football, man.
Let me check before we get out here. Let me check these text lines, see if someone missed on. He's an FBI witness. He'll testify on behalf of the schools. He's a fraud, so no U of L connection. Yeah, I don't think there's a big U of L connection with the Brian Brom Sr. Like I said, I think everybody's in CYA mode, to put it nicely.
I think that's fair.
And if you really believe that Rick Pitino was all about plausible deniability, like if you think that was his MO, like if you think he purposely didn't ask questions about, you know, what's going on in the dorms or what happened at the you know, when y'all went out last night, or, you know, if you think he is a master of plausible deniability,
yeah,
then there's no way you think anything comes up in this investigation that says.
Sure. Overall, good day. Let's get ready for the game.
I know. I was gonna say I need this Georgia Tech thing.
I know.
Sorry for the awkward pause, people.
Wait, no. All right.
Woo! Good day. Good day. National Vodka Day.
Yeah.
Just let that one float out there a little bit.
Got Chewy's coming in.
Chewy's coming in. Marcus Maven may be going out.
Okay.
8150 93.9 is always the number. 3831 93.9 is always the text line. 10 to 12 is always the time. On 93.9 the Ville.
Know the Ville tonight. Just want a good day.
Chances are you recently talked about it or thought of
Keep him hanging.
thinking about it.
Just hoping.
You're thinking it's
Maybe he's coming back.
we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972.
Yeah, you didn't.
Auto Simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the